morning, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. Looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, the day's support, resistance and pivot levels and the Fibonacci's. It is Wednesday, the 6th of October. Looking at Bitcoin against US dollar and the daily candlesticks, bearish start to the day. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid the pivot at 58.32 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 52.598. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Bitcoin to break back through to 52,000 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of another breakout, should see Bitcoin target 55,000 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 53,689. Fall through the pivot will bring the 23.6% fib at 54.73 and the first major support level 49,741 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should avoid sub 40 lines. Second major support level sits at 47,975. Looking at the MACDs, slight narrowing of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, so look out for a possible bearish cross. On the MAs, bullish signal, however, 50 pulling away from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further upside ahead. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 58.32, break back through to 52,000 levels to then bring resistance levels into play. Moving across to Ethereum against US dollar, positive start to the day. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid the pivot at 3476 to take a run at the first major resistance level of 3587. Support will be needed for Ethereum to break out from yesterday's high, 3547.88. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level, resistance at 3600 to cap the upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ethereum target 3700 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 3659. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 3405 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid sub 3300 levels and the second major support level at 3294. 23.6% fib at 3369 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACD, slight narrowing of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day. No immediate signs of a bearish cross, however. On the EMAs, bullish signal 50 pulling away from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further upside ahead. So key, avoid the pivot at 3476, break through yesterday's high 3547.88 to bring resistance levels into play. Across to Litecoin against US dollar, bearish start to the day. Going to need to see Litecoin avoid the pivot at 172 to take a run at the first major resistance level 177 and the 23.6% fib at 178. Support from the broader market will be needed for Litecoin to break out from yesterday's high 175.53. Barring an extended rally on the day, expect the 23.6% fib to cap the upside. In the event of another breakout, should see Litecoin target 185s before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 181. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level 169 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should avoid sub 165s. Second major support level sits at 163. Looking at the MACDs, narrowing of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, so look out for a possible bearish cross there. On the MAs, 50s holding its ground, however, pulling away marginally from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further upside ahead. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 172 and break out from yesterday's high 175.53 to bring resistance levels into play. When you look at Ripple's XRP against US dollar, bearish start. Going into Ripple's XRP, avoid the pivot at 1.0708 and the 38.2% fib at 1.0659 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 1.1023. Support from the broader market will be needed for Ripple's XRP to break out from yesterday's high 1.08759. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of another breakout, should see Ripple's XRP target 1.15s before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 1.1191. Fall through the pivot and through the 38.2% fib would bring the first major support level at 1.0539 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid sub 0.10 levels. Second major support level at 1.0224 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACD, slight narrowing of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, so keep an eye on that through the morning. On the EMAs, however, that's bullish signal 50 pulling away from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further upside ahead. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 1.0708 and avoid the 38.2% fib at 1.0659 to take a run at the day's major resistance levels.